Coach, unbeaten in 11 now, but weren't able to capitalize on the good chances in the second half. Where does your mind go right after this one? Disappointment or optimism, still first place in the West?
Disappointment. I'm gonna go back to the Vancouver match as well. You're playing your two arch rivals. You have chances in Vancouver to put that game away, and you have chances to put Portland away, and you don't do it. Disappointed. I think, again, everybody in the locker room is disappointed. You know, that game, I'm gonna comment on the game because, you know, Portland was very good in the first half, so you have to give them some credit. But then in the second half, I thought we came out and, you know, created some clean looks on goal that we should have put away. And then, you know, the last 10, 12 minutes is just, you know, you're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at the goal, and they were able to, you know, keep it at 1-1. So, disappointed.
Boss?
Yeah, how were you able to create those chances in the second half? What did you do differently?
Well, the game was an open game from the get-go. I said at halftime it was almost more like a track meet than a soccer match. And, you know, Jordy got himself in twice on good through balls. He got himself in the first half, a couple, you know, times through. You know, it was going to happen. I mean, we were to get our looks. I don't think it was anything different, just a renewed sense of concentration. Doing what we do best. What is Jordan's strengths? Getting in behind. What are Will's strengths? You know, back to goal, number 9, and getting guys involved in the play. So I think the guys, as usual, came out in the second half willing to prove that they could put on a better performance than they put in the first half.
Steven?
Seemed like Portland's high press really had you guys penned in the first 15 or 20 minutes. Did you make any adjustments to counter that?
I would say it wasn't the high press. I would say it was the failings of our own club. I didn't think that we played good soccer in that first half. Sometimes teams get into a cycle. So Portland in the first 5 minutes of the game kind of had some corner kicks, pinned us back and everything, and then we had to get back and defend for longer periods of time, and then we'd win possession of the ball, and then we'd miss an easy pass. Or, you know, we'd have to defend, and they had us under a little bit of pressure, and instead of having that little bit of composure, we just kicked the ball down the field, and, you know, they retrieved the ball and put more pressure on us, and we weren't able to break that cycle. And then guys get tired because they're defending so much, and their legs get heavy, then their mind slows down, and they can't make another pass, and, you know, I think we fixed it at halftime. So I would say it was mostly our doing.
Tim?
Brian, you mentioned not putting them away both tonight and Wednesday in Vancouver. What is missing, do you feel like, these two matches? Is it something in the final third, or is it something more than that?
I can't remember the Vancouver stats, but I know we had a lot of shots from inside the box. Tonight we had 12 from inside the box. You know, total of 17. The duels, again, we won 55% of the duels. Our passing was good. You know, they outpossessed us because of that first half. I can't put my finger on it. You know, guys just have to, when they have their chance, they got to step up and have the concentration to put balls away. And so that is something that we will train on, and train some more, and train some more, until we can get it right.
Larry?
Brian, how did you see the goal, the penalty kick right before halftime?
Larry, I'd have to see the replay, but to me, from the bench, it looked like a penalty.
Brian?
Coach, you guys had a super busy August, lots of games clustered together. 2 weeks off now until your next game against LA. Is this a break you're looking forward to, or is it something where you really want to get back out?
No, we would have preferred to play. The mindset of that group, they're upset in there. The mindset of the group is they'd prefer to play.
Michelle?
Follow up on that question with these 2 weeks, Coach. Losing 9 players during that 2 weeks, how do you hope to work on those things that you mentioned, just scoring goals, moving forward, kind of the things that you want to see happen when you're losing essentially all those starters?
That's a very good question, very astute question. I'm very proud of the fact that this club has 9 internationals, and I don't know if that included Delem or not. So that could have been 10. So it shows that the organization is acquiring very, very good players that play at a high level. So that's something that's very, very good for me as a coach. I think we'll have a couple training days before we come back. And I think with every international player that leaves, you know, I'll use Christian as an example. When he came back, he really found his form. You know, Jordan was the same way. When Jordan went away, that little break there in the Gold Cup, I think he came back and, you know, he'd scored some goals there, so that was good for his confidence. Each situation is different, but we'll still have a couple training days where we can impact, you know, the players. And the season is a long season, so that's September 10th, or it's the Galaxy or whatever. We still have, you know, 5 more games after that, plus the playoffs.
Felipe?
So, Coach, how is Jordan Morris, knowing that he's a young player and tonight he had a few good looks, and maybe it's a lot of pressure on him being a young player?
Young players go through ups and downs. Senior players go through ups and downs. Freddie Montero was a streaky guy. Clint wasn't scoring as many goals early in the year. Jordan will find his form. What I was pleased about was that Jordan actually made the right movements and got in on goal. So the last final piece of the action, yes, he is a young player and he needs that experience. I think it would really help him if he was able to finish one of those. It would help his confidence. But, you know, he scored a winning goal for the U.S. team, and hopefully he'll come back to us and ready to go.
Right here.
Victor Rodriguez looks dangerous every time he touches the ball. How far is he away from being a starter?
That'll depend on, you know, what we see in the film, the fitness level of the players, the form of the players, and all that. I have 2 weeks to sort that through, but you're absolutely right. He played extremely well. He made a difference when he came in. So he's you know, making my choices very hard.
Time for a few follow-ups. Larry, I saw your hand.
Yeah. Brian, you know, even with the disappointment that you're obviously feeling, how much pride is there in that unbeaten streak? It's been a long time since you've actually lost a game. Is that something you can kind of hang your hat on?
Larry, I'm definitely a hate-to-lose kind of guy. So in that sense, you know, it's okay. Yes, we all love to win. Defense wins championships. Have we been good defensively over the course of these 11 games? Yes, I think we have. You know, I am proud of the team. Their effort cannot be questioned. I mean, you had a couple times when Clint had to chase back all the way back into the right-hand corner. You had Nico running everywhere. You had guys really putting it out there to help the team win. And that's part of the Christian. We talk about Christian all the time. You know, we talk about Will Bruin. We talk about the 2 center backs. I could go back to front. The amount of effort that those guys put into each and every game is why we've gone 11 games unbeaten. That team will never stop playing. They will never quit. And that is a hallmark of a championship team.
Coach, up in Vancouver, Nuhu picked up a yellow card for lashing out at the tail end of a challenge. Today he's sent off after kind of seemed to be kind of a retaliatory thing on an offensive break right at the end. Are these mistakes characteristic of a young player, or is this something you have to address with him?
I really have to watch the replay because I don't know if it was, you know, real egregious or not or whatever. But certainly the kid needs to learn. It is normal. I mean, he's only 20 years old. So there are going to be times in big games. This probably was the biggest game he's ever played in. So it's going to take him some time to gain the experience and, you know, the savvy in late moments, and, you know, he'll get there. He's a good kid. He's willing to learn, and, you know, Jimmy Traore does a great job with him. You know, he's got a good mentor. So we have nothing but high hopes for him.
Jackson?
Coach, when it comes to these Portland matches, do you see an obvious difference in the intensity, the mental intensity of the guys in that locker room? Or is it something that you, as a guy who's been part of this rivalry for decades, have to kind of push into them, like, this is a big one, you got to be up for this one?
I didn't have to say much. I mean, the guys walk out in the stadium, and the atmosphere in the stadium is what drives them. A lot of the guys have been around long enough to, you know, play in a bunch of these derby matches, and you know, they all get it. And if they don't, you know, if it's a rookie or if it's a new guy like Nuhu, I mean, he's going to understand now. I mean, he's got a taste of it now. So, you know, I really didn't have to do much. The crowd usually does it for us.
Sir, can you explain a little more detail what's going on with Jovan Jones?
Jovan went away for personal reasons. I expect him back after the international break, and I expect him to be a contributing member to the squad.
Throughout the rest of the season, including the playoffs?
Yes, absolutely.